Hello, I'm assuming that you want to beat Sans, and I'm going to help you beat Sans. Before I get started in the actually going into what I used, I'm going to tell you a one thing I'd recommend. You can probably beat Sans on your first reset, but I would highly recommend to do Sans on your second reset. Sans is mandatory in your second reset anyway. You can definitely try to do Sans in your first reset, but that extra gold generation will help you a lot. Now, for this run, I used the following monsters for it: Jerry, Night Knight, Temmie, the Eye, and Muffet. I did run Toriel. Toriel did next to nothing in the run. So, let me explain where to get each of these. Jerry, you can get in Snowdin. Night Knight is a rare core drop. Temmie is a encounter in Waterfall Genocide. If you fight in Waterfall Genocide, on wave 4, there is a 20% chance that Temmie will appear, and if you kill Temmie, you can get Temmie. So remember, not regular Waterfall Genocide. And you can't fight Sans without a reset, so if you're watching this without a reset, don't worry about this yet. Finally, the Core Eye. This is a evolution drop that you get from having 10 Luxes, and you can turn it into it. You have to get the recipe from Core first. Finally, in order to get Muffet, Muffet is a super rare drop in Hotland, 5% chance. Next, you're probably wondering, did my soul actually matter? And my soul did matter. I'm going to tell you how patience and bravery users can also win, but I'm going to first show you what I use as a determination user. So, all of this doesn't matter. Nothing over here matters. What I use that did matter is technique. Technique boosted my Muffet's power by 30% and extra potential also boosted the cap on Muffet from level 5 to level 6. True Determination is a very powerful ability, but it does not work on Sans. So in other words, for Sans, I had Technique boosting Muffet by 30%, and I had one higher level cap on her. Also, if you somehow have a 5th slot open for the Sans fight, I would highly recommend taking a unit like Shiren. So I'd probably recommend Shiren. Let me find her. Oh, I don't actually have Shiren on this reset. Okay. Shiren, Alphys, which is a Hotland rare, or a secret encounter, 10% chance to appear on Hotland Genocide. Shiren, which is a rare drop in Waterfall, uh, because both of those can boost your Muffet's power, right? Don't use Alphys on Night Knight. Use Shiren on Night Knight, maybe. And if you don't have either of those, Mad Dummy is also a pretty good choice. Continuing on, if you don't have the last slot or another slot here, that's fine. I beat it with only the slots I'm using. Now I have this unfinished image of Bravery right here. It's unfinished because Territory Ruler 5 is not in here. I got this from the Trilo, which I will put in the description. If I forget, please yell at me. What you're going to take as a Bravery user would be, I'm thinking here, right? I'm looking. Risk is probably what you want extra money for selling. Sacrifice giving you extra range could be useful, but I'm very concerned about the range loss. If someone could tell me in the comments whether the range loss help or the damage loss and range benefit from sacrifice helps or hurts, that would be great. But right now I'm assuming that risk is better. After going risk, you're going to get the chosen one. You can't avoid getting that. Do not get exchange. Exchange will not help you. I would also say that conservative from Exchange's path is not really worth it either. So instead, after going the chosen one, you're going to want to go Territory Ruler, Confident, and True Bravery. True Bravery is really what you want. If I understand True Bravery right, it will boost your starting income by 50%. That's going to be huge. Determination doesn't have that, so you'll be able to place more than I could at the start. Over here, If you can fully max Territory Ruler, do so. You cannot use flying units in this, so you'll just get a straight gold boost. With that, let me move on to Patience. Now, with Patience here, again, it's incomplete because True Patience isn't listed here. But I'm pretty sure, I'm assuming that True Patience is right at the top above Patience Dust and Reward Boost, but I'm not 100% certain. Anyway, the Patience is where I'm especially not confident. For example, temporary discount. I'm not sure if Sans' one wave fight is actually considered last wave. If it is, temporary discount would be perfect. The increment benefits are also great if they apply. I'm not sure that they do. But the big thing for patience is true patience. True patience will allow you to gain plus 50% gold, same thing as bravery, right at the start. In the case of bravery, it's if you don't place any special souls, which you have to do pretty early on. And patience as long as you don't upgrade anything, which again, you have to upgrade things pretty early on. Meaning, what they do is they just give you plus 50% starting gold. One last thing to note is if you do have Mettaton EX, Mettaton EX is way better than Toriel and could actually help you a fair bit in one of the end sections of the fight. So if you do end up taking something else, like if you, as long as you do need Muffet, but you could replace Toriel with Mettaton EX pretty easily. So now that I've gone through all of that, I can finally go into the actual fight. Right here, I have the footage of my successful Sans run, as you can see, level 19. And what I'm going to be doing here is actually kind of, I guess, explaining what I did in this fight. So, starting off, let me actually slow this down. Starting out, I went here to the third pillar from in front of Sans, okay? And I immediately opened up special, dropped Muffet, then dropped 5 Jerrys. Now, let me pause here. Um, if you have plus 50% gold and you are level 19 second reset, so you have everything but you're level 19 and you're running patience or bravery, that true patience or bravery, I'm pretty sure will give you much more money than me. So I'm going to show you what I did here of determination, but I'm going to come back here and recommend what you might want to upgrade to the start with your extra money. So anyway, next, in the third pillar area, I placed the eye. I should have placed this eye a little further to the left so they could have a larger range they're covering. But anyway, first thing I do with this eye is I max it to level 5. And then around the third pillar to the back, I place the other eye. You might notice I don't put it right next to the third pillar. I put it a little deeper in. And then finally, I place one Temmie here as determination and bring it right to level 2. That's the start I do, and this will allow me to get through the beginning fairly well. Now, with that extra money, if I could make any recommendation here, if you have the true bravery or patience extra money, you'll probably want to A, level up at least a couple of the Jerrys to level 2, maybe all of them. And then additionally, you're probably also going to want to level up Muffet at your first opportunity since she'll be 30% weaker than Determination. You're going to use that extra gold to your advantage right away. Okay, so let's go back on ahead. This is where I'm going to speed up a bit. You're still going to want to place that Temmie, maybe even more than just that Temmie if you're more rich, but now I'm going to speed up the footage, okay? And as you can see, I place another Temmie. My first order of business, once I've set up everything at the beginning, is to level up Temmie. I want, to be exact, I want to get 5 Temmies that are all level 2. Regardless of your soul, most of these tips apply to any soul, but if you have more money than me at any point, you're just going to skip ahead to the next step. Determination has the least amount of money out of the 3 souls, so patience and bravery go ahead of me on instructions if you have more money. So you can see, I'm trying to get all 5 Temmies out in level 2. Temmie every 30 seconds turns their damage into gold. meaning Temmie will allow you to fund things. You get very little gold from Sans. Temmie is crucial for making enough money in this fight. Jerry and Muffet are crucial as well because Sans will switch the map on you, and when Sans switches the map, you're going to need Muffet and Jerry to cover you from Sans's attacks. He's two types of attacks: Gaster Blasters, which don't spawn on the road, and he also has his bone attacks, which do spawn on the road. Jerry and Muffet will cover all the road attacks. Wall, the Eye will cover the non-road attacks, and we'll get to Night Night a little later, but Night Night covers both. So, the Eye right now, and by the way, I don't think you can easily substitute any of these monsters. You could try substituting Jerry with So Sorry. I don't think it would work out at all, though. There are probably other choices, but very few will work easily. Okay, so anyway, I'm just up, like maybe Bravery and Patience have more room, so they start with more money though. I will say that they start with more money, so you might be able to substitute more with those souls. I will note that I got this strategy from another YouTuber. They didn't make a guide, I just watched their playthrough, but I will go ahead and include the link to that in the description as well. Because since I am using their strategy, it's kind of plagiarism if I don't include it, right? I had to cite. um, yeah, better safe than sorry, right? Anyway, I'm not sure if I upgraded. I'm supposed to, yeah, I upgraded one of the Temmies, at least one, to level 3. I wasn't paying attention. I think I also upgraded 2 Jerrys and 1 Muffet. So again, if you are ahead of me in money, that's great. I recommend going into the next phase here, which will be coming up soon. Sans will bring you into it after his second attack dialogue, the one about anomalies. But yeah, so with that in mind, what I'm doing here, let me actually go back, okay? So again, if you have over 20,000 gold and you still aren't in this second realm, don't be afraid to spend a little extra money on Jerry's or Muffet just to stay safe. Because again, that's going to be bravery, patience mostly. You're going to be ahead monetarily. So in this stage, I'm going to go back one more time. Let's take a look at what I do first. I am 2 pillars from the back. You might not be able to see, there's only 1 pillar away. I place the first eye right there and immediately bring it to level 3. Then I go around to the middle. I place my second eye. You only have a total of 5 eyes, mind you. So this is on this map. This is my 4th eye overall. I place this eye near the middle and bring it to level 4. Finally, I go right near the back, second pillar from the front, second pillar from the front. And you can see I place it there and bring it to level 3 and then 4 because I had excess money. But if you don't have excess money, level 3 is fine for a second. As soon as possible, I highly recommend you bring all of these eyes to level 5. If your Jerry's and Muffet are up to the necessary strength and the eyes are all level 5, you will get through this entire part of the fight fine. You do not need to place anything here. Like, I'm going to actually speed it up. All I do in this section is just upgrade the eyes all to level 5. My Muffet and Jerry's were already strong enough to cover me here. So I just sit here and enjoy myself. My Temmies are slowly earning me money, and killing the bones that Sans is summoning along the blasters is earning me a little bit of pocket change as well. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here and slowly upgrade them up. I'm going to skip ahead a bit so you can just see. I'm here for a while. During my last run of this, I was a little, um, let's see, ahead in money because I didn't upgrade all 3 eyes here to level 5. But I actually ended up making so much money in this start part of the fight that I was actually ahead of that run, which is kind of funny. This is a really good run on my part. So I go where the Muffet is in the other corridor, which should be the third pillar from the front, and I just have my mouse over that location. Why? Because the second I come out, I'm planning on bringing Muffet to level 3. Now, I can't emphasize this enough. If you are ahead of me, don't be afraid to do ahead of me things. Like skip ahead of the guide. For determination though, level 3, every single Jerry that's level 1 immediately bring up in level. If you do it fast enough, you'll be fine. I also bring all the Temmies to level 3, and then I bring the first Temmie to level 4. Okay, so now that I've done that, once you have all your Temmies up to their necessary strength, you're going to place Night Night on the second pillar to the back. Okay, so I place Night Night there. Also, if this is too fast, you can slow down the footage with the speed function on YouTube, but you don't need to worry about that much. Night Night, I brought Night Night to level 2 now. Okay, now I'm a little worried, so I place my second Night Night on the second pillar to the front, and then I also proceed to bring my Jerry's up to level 3 because I don't want anything to get through. I was getting a little scared that I would mess up. This is my best run yet. I think I just leveled up a Temmie to level 4. Okay, let's keep going here. So I'm starting to save up money. I think what was going on here is I was hoping to bring a Temmie to level 5, but I'm not sure I did that first. Yeah, I was planning on it. Then I saw these Gaster Blasters have 600 health, and I was worried I couldn't keep up, so I bring the other Night Knight to level 2. Now with both Night Knights at least level 2, I was pretty confident I could survive a little while without upgrading the Night Knights. So from here, I bring my first Temmie to level 5, which means every 15 seconds they earn me 4,500 gold. Let's go ahead and do that. I should also note that since Bravery has the little thing where the first monster they place is twice as strong, when you place Muffet right at the start, you'll actually probably be in an even better place than a determination user would be at the start. You'll have more money and a stronger Muffet. Alright, so anyway, I think I upgraded my Night Knight. I wasn't actually looking there. I want to make sure I saw that so I can explain what I'm doing here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on everything. I guess I didn't upgrade Night Knight. Okay, yeah, Night Knight's level... Okay, at this point, I brought Night Knight to level 4. To clarify, I should only have one Temmie maxed out completely, but after maxing my first Temmie, I proceeded to bring a Night Knight to level 4. At this point, I brought a Temmie to level 4. Like now, this is my second Temmie to level 4 since the first one's now level 5. And now I'm thinking about when I should max out my Night Knights. Night Knight is a very powerful unit, being able to attack everything in their range. They also pack a pretty big punch. Their cooldown is a little high, but since Night Knight attacks everything in the range with high damage, it's somewhat worth it. Okay, so I brought my other Night Knight to level 4. At this point, I was checking their range. They cover so much space. I went, okay, I think I can actually get away with maxing another Temmie in the meantime. So that's what I run over and do. I click on my Temmie and I decide, okay, we should probably max them out. So I max out a second Temmie. I think I then started thinking about what else to level up. So I bring, looks like I didn't level up all my Jerrys to level 3, so I finished bringing them all to level 4. I then check my Temmie here, and I decide that this would be a good time to... I might be saving up here to max out a Night Knight. That's not a bad call on my part. By the way, again, Temmie, this fight lasts roughly 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. So that's why you want Temmie. Temmie is your entire income. So the first Night Knight gets maxed out with 70 range, 1300 damage, with a cooldown of 9. This Night Knight covers so much territory, and since Night Knight hits everything in their range, it just kind of works out. So then I bring another Temmie to level 4, I think. I think I just saw myself upgrade Temmie to level 4. And now I'm going to bring them to level 5. After bringing 3 Temmies to level 5 now, I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm now going to look at this Night Knight here and go, it's time for Night Knight number 2 to be level 5. I also dropped down Toriel. Toriel does not. I tried bringing her to level 5 to fully heal me. It was too late. If I placed Toriel sooner, she could have healed me up, but again, Toriel was not needed for this. That's why I'm saying don't worry about that. Now, if you can get another summon in there like Papyrus, Papyrus wouldn't be a bad choice. Mettaton EX is probably one of the best choices. Okay. So now I think I've maxed out both of my Night Knights, so I'm just looking at this and going, okay, let's max everything now. I want to max my Temmies first, so I have effectively infinite money. Infinite money will allow me to do what's coming up, because Sans will pull me into his other realm. It's just the corridor upside down, but when he flips the corridor, all of your monsters are gone, because it's another map, so I like to call it his other realm. I bring Muffet to level 4 at this point, because I was getting worried that maybe Sans' bones would get through the middle and kill me. So I was like, okay, let's upgrade these spiders. Okay, and then I bring Muffet to level 5. And since I'm determination, I can bring her to level 6. Bravery Patience, you cannot bring her to level 6, but the extra gold should make up for that. You'll be able to get to everything you need sooner. I bring all the Jerrys up to level 4, I think at least 1 or 2 to 5, with the intent to bring all the Jerrys to 5 when I feel comfortable with it. I decide I want to max Muffet here, which I end up doing. I think it makes all the spiders have like, oh yeah, 2300 health, meaning the spiders are an absolute menace to Sans. I have a very crucial point of advice that will come during and after the second realm attack, but we're gonna have to wait for that. So yeah, now I'm just maxing everything. All the Jerrys are maxed. Toriel's coming along, even though she's worthless right here. I think I maxed out all the Temmies. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I forgot to max one of them. So what happens next, right? Sans is going to take you into his other realm. And when he does that, second it happens, you are going to want to put a Night Knight at the third pillar on both sides and one in the middle. And then you're going to want to fully max all 3 of them. Here, I actually couldn't max the third one. I brought 2 to level 5, 1 to level 4. When I realized it, I quickly brought them to level 5. And the Night Knights plus the eyes, all on their own, can cover this. If for some reason you aren't strong enough to cover this, this is where a second special monster or third could come in handy. Or if you have a 5th slot of normal monsters, you could slam like a Mad Dummy down. Mad Dummy could start throwing around projectiles. And of course, Siren here again, absolutely wonderful Siren, boosting range or whatever. Boosting the range of Night Knight would bring it to 77. So that's a nice little boost. But Shiren could also boost the Temmies even to get you to earn money faster. I'm not sure you want to boost the Temmies though. I'm really not. I think Night Knight's the best candidate to boost. Anyway, you're going to notice I'm starting to rack up a lot of money. But this is what I mean by infinite money. So if you have extra slots, you can do whatever you want for your extra slots. And the placement of these units is crucial because of the fact if you misplace something, a Gaster Blaster will be out of range of your units. So I'm pretty sure my Muffet being level 6 was not necessary for this fight. As you can see, the Jerrys are already doing plenty of work on their own. I think my Muffet would have been fine. Since Bravery places... Oh, now this is where both zones come up. I'm going to pause really quick. Since Bravery should be fine with Muffet, since again, she starts out twice as strong. So with the extra money, Determination's biggest benefit early on is an extra strong Muffet, but Bravery is the strongest. Patience might have slight difficulty, Depending on how those wave-based things function will determine whether Patience is the worst soul for Sans or not. But even Patience should be able to get through this. Now, with Sans switching back and forth, I made sure to click on my middle Night Night. This part technically doesn't matter. You just need to click on a Night Night and then go to another one that you don't have clicked. And do not click that one yet. What's going to happen is this is going to keep switching back and forth between the maps. And the second Sans starts to say, but that's ridiculous, right? You immediately sell. I'm going to go into this in slow motion. I managed to pull this off on my first try. This is right now at 25% speed. I was waiting for Sans to start saying, but that's ridiculous, right? At which point, that middle Night Night that I clicked, I've not clicked the one that my mouse is over. Okay, so when you look at this, the middle Night Night that I clicked, I have it selected with my mouse hovering over the one I don't have clicked, and then I'm waiting for Sans to say the dialogue. I want you to just all see this right when it happens. You see, he starts saying, I immediately press Q once I process what he's saying, and I click on the other one, and then I wait for the map to change. Once the map changes, I then proceed to sell the other Night Night. I was a little worried that I might do it too soon. That's why I didn't sell it, and I just had it selected, but then I sold it. Now, why do you sell those two Night Nights? Sans will only take you in that other realm 2 times in the fight. And then, so because he did that little switch around, you can now place 2 Night Nights down. I decided to place this one in the middle, and then I fully maxed the second Night Night. And then on top of that, I decided to place another Night Night. Let's see, I don't remember where I placed this one, maybe around the third pillar. Yeah, the third pillar, and I fully maxed that one. From here, I had absolutely no difficulty for the rest of the fight. So now I'm going to go back to ×2 speed. At this point, every single thing other than Toriel is fully maxed out. I never bring Toriel to level 5, and Sans is just easy from here. I currently, with my current understanding of the souls, I think Patience might be the one to struggle the most. But if that last wave benefit triggers for the whole Sans fight, then Patience might actually be a candidate for strongest soul. All the souls have their own benefits, though. It's just that Bravery and Patience are pretty similar here. Let's see. If you really, I highly recommend to have everything I'm using at the same point I'm using. If you can probably find ways to improve, but in this case, I don't think there's much reason to improve because this is pretty effective right now. With that, I hope the guide helped all of you. Please, if it did help you, I highly recommend that you drop a like and maybe a comment saying that it helped you. If you have any answers to things that I was a little uncertain on, please drop those in the comments as well. And if this just doesn't work at all, then that really needs to be addressed in the comments. Finally, if you want to see more guides like this in the future, I highly recommend subscribing. With that, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.